Alright, welcome to my third episode of my critical Let's Play of the first Half-Life. I still haven't really got the audio really kind of perfectly balanced, so you're not getting a lot of the in-game audio, I don't think, but you're not really missing a whole lot beyond the kind of interesting thing of the music not looping constantly, but only occasionally having music and mostly just being diegetic noise and a lot of silence. Well, I guess you're getting all the silence at least. But you're not missing out on that much. I'm just going to save a proper version before I start in case I screw up recording and need to start again from the same place. So what have we done so far? That's a good question. We're still trying to escape, essentially. We're still trying to find a way back to the surface. Thanks, Tim. I very rarely use Steam since I'm not really a PC video game player at all. But then I open it and people talk to me on it and I don't know what's going on. Oh shit. Fuck. I thought I killed it. Oh my god. That's always the most disturbing thing. Oh, I killed that one, right. Ugh. I just have such a visceral reaction against barnacles. People might laugh at me saying visceral, but it's so visceral, like that is the right word for it. I just feel disgusting whenever I'm fighting them, whenever they grab me. So we're like, what, hour and a half, hour 45 minutes into the game, and we're still just trying to get to the surface. Nothing's really happened yet beyond stuff went bad. You know, we're getting this kind of nice suggestion that, you know, everything's kind of crap all over the laboratory system. But we haven't seen anything beyond our own, you know, beyond what Gordon has experienced. Something else I haven't mentioned yet is the kind of quite minimal HUD user interface, which, you know, my previous games, again, included games like Doom and whatnot, so just looked very different to what I was used to.
Hey, don't count on the cavalry finding us down here. Head for the surface. Elevators are out of order, but we can still climb. Let's go.
What was I saying? So yeah, so it's quite a minimal HUD compared to what I was used to. It's probably a comparison to make to GoldenEye on 64, which I believe came out about a year before this, or at least in the year before this. And it had a very similar kind of HUD as this one, even more minimal, really. There's that guy again. So I really like it. Like, you can easily miss every single version of him. Like, you just have these, like, it's always off to the side somewhere, this person, and like, it's never pointed out by the game.
You are the anomalous material. Yes, I recognize.
I love when you get these dramatic moments where a scientist like jumps through a window or whatever, but then just says one of the kind of normal things that are triggered for them to say to you, like, "Oh, hello, Gordon Freeman."
This is as far as I go.
So the game really wants you to have a shotgun by now. If you've missed all the previous ones, you should definitely have a shotgun now. Oh shit. That was an accident. Ah, what have I done? Hot corners, stop it. God. This game was not meant to run on a
I hope
Mac.
those people
Oh,
can get this control.
it's always strange how the
I refuse
zombies
to go another step.
have green blood when you shoot them, but when they hurt themselves, they always have red blood. It's very strange. Alright, let's not mess this up this time. So the elevator's out, but we can still climb, as the security guard said to us. Another person dangling. The scientists are like innocents in a game like House of the Dead. They're all just there to be killed. When I was a kid, I used to play the game and actually just shoot all the scientists myself. Oh no. That's my head. Ah, Jesus Christ. How do I keep doing that? Oh no. I got this. We're cool. Oh no. So again, your first time playing, you're probably not even going to see that because you're too busy focusing on the ladder to get up there. So you're probably about here when you hear him scream, and you probably look around and just don't even see him there anymore. You don't see his struggle. Just another example of just like so many things in this game you could just completely miss. You know, stuff that happens that you might not see. Another way it's not essentially a cutscene, as I've heard people describe it. But I do love the other game. Hopefully I can get back on this ladder without killing myself. Nope. It's alright, I saved it. I just wanted to show you something funny. I always loved this as a kid, how you can, while climbing a ladder, reload your shotgun. Just a complete disconnect between what your hands are doing. Anyway, it's just a nice kind of aged thing, I guess. Yes. We've got hostiles. So remember, we've been trying to get to the surface because we want the army to come and save us.
For God's sake, open the silo door! They're coming for us! It's our only
Oh
way
no.
out! Oh my God, we're doomed!
Dude, wait. So sometimes you just get stuff happening everywhere like that. Like that guy blowing up with a trip mine, the security guard being eaten by a zombie. Like you just can't really watch both at the same time. So, you know, it's teaching you about the trip mines, but you might not have even seen it because you were too busy watching the other guy. And then suddenly you got this other kind of laser, not the blue ones, but red. You're not really sure what these ones do, but you can't really get around these ones. So there you go, these ones are for gun turrets. And so we've met our first army guy who's here to rescue us, but he didn't seem to make it. But we got probably the main weapon we'll use in this game off him, our machine gun. Assault rifle's probably the right word, but whatever. So you can't pick for tread mines up off a wall, sadly. You can kind of hear the soldiers in the background. I don't know, you can kind of get some audio of it. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but like walkie-talkie kind of speak. So I can actually deal with stuff a little bit further away than I can with a shotgun, which is nice. And it uses the same ammo as my pistol, which is something you used to get a lot more in older games, like sharing ammo types between weapons. I don't really see it much anymore. So I can see a lot of places walking through here, but I can't get to yet. Some more just kind of environmental stuff, like the dead scientist just beyond the laser for gun time behind it, just in case we hadn't made the connection yet between the lasers and the guns.
All military personnel.
And also this nice way of setting it up so you might do something in a different way. I could have run through that laser to trigger the guns to then take out those aliens. I think I'm safe. So again, you know, I can see shotgun shells behind there. Clearly an air vent to get up there somehow. This sneaky gun turret. Oh shit. You can also take out these fire exits. That was probably a good one to take out actually, since there's no way of avoiding those lasers. So here you have a nice one, you have a slippery floor, an elevator chasm, and red laser signs.
Military personnel. Prosecute Hilo.
Oh shit, door's closing.
Fire containment
That could have been bad.
door is down.
Oh.
Power level is 100%.
So it's getting pretty tense. There's a lot more action.
Hotel
There's
Sierra Mike.
a lot more guns.
Is secure.
There's a lot more background noise. If you know, we're near the army now. So you're kind of like, sweet, I'm nearly there. Nearly at the surface. These guys are going to save me. Even if they're portable gun turrets. Don't seem to realize I'm a friend. And then you have this moment.
Thank God you're here.
Oops. I guess that's not exactly how that's meant to play out.
Glad to oblige a fellow scientist.
What you normally would see happen is you see that guy run down, and you wouldn't follow him quite so quickly, and the soldier would kill him, and then that would tell you that the soldiers are not actually here to save you. And then all of a sudden you've killed a soldier, and you're like, wow, I just killed an actual human, and that's strange. Is this meant to be happening? So anyway, surprise, surprise, the humans aren't actually going to help us. Now we got some rock music happening, and introduced to a new enemy, which is humans. And they're just the most amazing enemy. I was so impressed by them as a kid. They throw grenades. They try to block you off. They work as a team. They'll hide from your grenades. They have machine guns. Like, they're just so intimidating compared to the aliens. Like, after everything you've been through, the most terrifying enemy is humans. Oh dear. It's an interesting scaling thing, a lot like Halo, where you've got a lot of enemies that aren't that powerful, which you kill in waves, and then you get another enemy type that is really quite powerful, and suddenly they feel like much bigger targets because, well, you're comparing them to like head crabs and stuff. So I think this is only the second or third audio track of the whole game. I feel like I haven't, I don't know, I can't remember where the path is to go back to those earlier areas. It's been so long since I played it. Maybe it's still up ahead somewhere. Oops, they explode bigger than I thought they did. Or maybe it's down here. Man, I don't know. It's been so long since I've played this. Oh wait, no, it's here for sure. So we don't know why the military is killing everyone yet. We can essentially assume that it's quarantine, following the kind of, I guess, genre conventions Half-Life is very much going by. I honestly have no idea if I'm going like forward in the story or if I'm going back to secret areas. Oh. It's not the best place to be hiding while I did that, behind explosive barrels. Lots of health here as well. I guess you're not used to it yet. I should probably take out the other one now. Okay, I guess that's all that's up here. Alright. So I am lost. Man, I'm so confused, guys. Oh no. Shit. Don't do it, guys. I really fondly remember the last big area and this big area where you first have skirmishes with the soldiers is like really quite defining for me, like just the kind of openness of them, I guess. Like every time I tried them, I wasn't hiding in the same places. more important, the enemies weren't always in the same place either. They were kind of felt very dynamic. Sometimes the scientists got killed, sometimes they successfully hid. It's probably my first time encountering something like that in a video game. Oh yeah, they limp around when they're hurt as well. Oh, shit. Oh, I think they got themselves. Just all the damage to the environment, the bodies, the blood, the mush, explosion marks, the graffiti. Like, I felt like I just had such a permanent effect on this world. This world that isn't just a video game level, but an actual military base. Which I guess is something I got out of Max Payne 3 a lot in those videos as well. So most of the scientists you kind of just leave behind, really. Like, most of them really don't have your ability of shooting guns, I guess. Well, I guess they don't have a HEV suit. So it's not really, I don't know, it's a very self-serving kind of game in that sense. You're just trying to survive. I guess you're trying to bring people down here to help, but really you're just trying to get out. So that one said my name. It's like they know who I am. Which really, I just think, after a while, you know, you've got a reputation. This early in the game, I think it's just random that they actually said my name. So that's where I went into the conveyor belt down there. So nice not playing a game with iron sights, like just being able to aim with my mouse and not have to like move super slowly and stuff. Yeah, I've definitely missed a path. I think. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Power 90%.
Right, so sign tells us we have surface access, so it's like we finally made it to the surface. You know, even if we've got a whole army after us now, we've made it to the surface. That's progress at least. And immediately we can hear the helicopter. That will be the bane of our existence. And we can see the sky, which we've only briefly seen in the opening introduction. So there's clearly a mortar gun shooting here. So I should probably get off the surface. So So you finally get to the surface, then just as quickly forced back underground by the mortar gun, which is a really nice tease. Just gotta turn it down a bit there because I can't hear anything. Oh dear. So you can kind of rush down before any of the military even gets there, which I kind of like. And I love as soon as you go for that loading screen, the helicopter noise just stops. Because, as I said in the first episode, you're actually in an entirely different level, so none of those entities exist anymore, so suddenly it's just okay to be here. And there's multiple directions you can go. I'm gonna suspect that's the actual way to go because it's the most obvious, so let's try this way first. Silence is very nice after all that. Got another two ways to go as well. Let's try this one first. And it's a dead end. Air vents were all the rage back in like the late 90s, and they still are obviously, but this way of like, you know, Metal Gear Solid as well. I guess it's a way to kind of let you see an environment before you actually have to traverse it, or after you traverse it sometimes. Look where we are.
Well, so much for the government. Their idea of containment is to kill everyone associated with the project. Judging from the hazards, I'd say you were part of what went wrong. Isn't that right? Now look, if anyone can end this catastrophe, it's the science team in the Lambda complex at the opposite end of the base. With the transit system out, I couldn't tell you how to get there. But there's an old decommissioned rail system somewhere through here, beyond the silo complex. If you can make it through the rocket test labs, you might be able to worm your way through the old tunnels to track down whatever's left of the Lambda team. You can trust them. Good luck.
Right, so this is where I was meant to go. So kind of like weaning back in and out. And that's where I have to go now. But I'm going to go try out those other paths. See where else I can go. You gotta wonder why that guy feels hiding in the corner didn't grab the shotgun and try to save the security guard. Oh well. So that guy gave me, you know, this. He just started kind of speaking at me, but he gave me the next thing for Gordon to try to achieve, like getting to the surface. Well, going to the military clearly didn't work. Getting to the surface didn't work. As soon as I got to the surface, I had to come back down. So we need a new goal, and that guy gave it to me, which is go to the Lambda complex and see if we can fix whatever went wrong. So now we're going back over our previous battlefields, where I was taking out those gun turrets. You know, you might remember me being down there. And wonderfully, and this was so great as a kid again, it's actually saved what it was like. So like I killed these gun turrets, so they're dead. The blood splats are still there. The gun turrets I didn't kill are still alive. The head crab I didn't kill is just sitting there. So it hasn't just loaded a new version of this particular level, it's taken me back to the same one. Oh, what the fuck? Oh wow, I just disorientated myself. Oh right, I came from that direction. That was scary. So that's really cool. I want to return to the whole going to the service really briefly thing. It's this really great moment of you finally made it, and then just forcing you down again. And you can imagine that in an action movie, or you can imagine it being really oversold in a modern video game. But here, it just kind of happens, and if you miss the kind of irony of it,
Dumbass scientists, and not one of them fought back. This sucks.
and yeah, you can easily miss it, or like can easily not have any narrative significance to you. But if but you could also pick it up, and I like that kind of subtlety. So then, like, I don't even have to be here, and here are these Marines back where I was earlier, to about shooting these dumbass scientists who haven't shot back, kind of really setting them up as bad guys. And I could take them out if I wanted to. Just kind of want that. I don't even need the ammo. What am I doing? I'm just going to leave them. Nah, forget it. It's disturbingly satisfying doing that. Oh, where am I again? Oh my god, I'm so lost. Alright, there's my dead head crab. So it just keeps going, like this massive labyrinth you don't even need to go into. Whoops. Let's drop down here and see what I can find. Now I know where we are. We saw this room earlier.
Power level is 100%.
Right after I got my machine gun, I fought some of the electric slaves out there. So I really like this massive air vent system just as a kind of large aside, and like it's not like they had to make a whole new level for this aside, importantly, which is how it's able to exist. They already had a level for the player that you walk through the first time. And this way they just are able to contextualize it by just putting those air vents above it, by giving you a real sense of going back and forward across our space. Not just constantly moving forward, which I really appreciate. Alright, so I'm going to get back to the silo door, then I should probably end this episode here. It's probably been about half an hour or so. So we've been introduced to the Marines, our kind of main enemy through the game. There are other enemies, but really the Marines are the most memorable ones. The other ones aren't just aliens. And we have a new goal in life, which is to get to the Lambda complex. So here's probably... yes, we're up to the first boss battle of the game. Alright, that'll make a good place to end this then. Thanks for watching. Oh, I should probably save the game. What am I doing? Yeah, thanks for watching.